Hi everyone, it's Anya here from Sana Vita Health and welcome to week 2 of my Complete Beginner Yoga series. Now if you haven't seen week 1 yet, I have put a link in the description below if you'd prefer to start there. And remember to click the subscribe button and the notification bell to know when I upload week 3. So if you'd like to find your mat and we will get started. So beginning our practice here in Shavasana. Take a moment here to arrive into this space, this moment, and this breath. Just becoming aware of your natural rhythm of breath without trying to change it, just notice. Starting to notice too how your body feels. Become aware of any tension or tightness you might be holding on to. And every out breath, just letting it go. And now guiding your breath down into your tummy. So now noticing the rise and fall of your tummy as you breathe in and out. So notice that breathing in this way connects you much deeper to your body. And allow this deep connection to your breath to guide you through your practice today. So before we begin, feel free to set an intention for your practice today, if that feels okay. Or maybe you'd like to simply follow the practice for its physical movement, and that's fine too. On your next inhale, gently blink the eyes open and reach both hands up high above your head. So we're pointing the toes and the fingertips, finding lots of length in your body as you reach. Take another deep breath in. And then as you breathe out, we'll draw both knees into the chest, wrap both hands around the knees, taking a gentle sway right and left. Lovely. From here, we'll take both hands behind the thighs and we'll make our way up through our seated position. And then we're going to sweep the legs all the way around to find our tabletop position. So the knees align with the hips and the wrists align with the shoulders. So notice now that it's your toes, your knees and your palms that are all connected to the ground. So on your next inhale, we're going to send the right foot back to find a straight line of energy from the right heel all the way through to the crown of the head. Take a deep breath in here. And as you breathe out, draw the belly button in. Bring the knee towards the forehead, round the spine. Inhale, extend. And then exhale to draw in and round. One more here. Inhale, extend. And exhale to draw in. Inhale the right knee back in line with the left. Exhale to settle, tabletop position. Inhale, the left leg extends back. Exhale, draw in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, draw in, allowing the breath to guide the pace of this movement. Inhale, extend. And exhaling to draw in. Inhale, the left knee comes back. Taking the toes together, knees slightly apart, and then we'll come down into our child's pose. So the hips move to the heels, reaching out the shoulder blades, and we're spreading the fingertips wide, resting the forehead onto the ground. Taking a couple of breaths here. Finding connection to the mat, connection to the breath. Lovely. On the next inhale, slowly curl back up briefly into your all four tabletop position. And then we'll come onto the balls of the feet at the back of the mat, lower the hips to the heels and make our way up into your first downward facing dog. So being very gentle here to begin with, maybe pedaling the knees out here one at a time to find length in each leg. Again, so we're guiding the tummy towards the thighs, shoulders towards the feet, lifting the hips up towards the ceiling and placing more weight into the fingertips and the wrists. On the next inhale, together we'll lift the heels off the ground and then exhale, arrive into your full downward facing dog, taking a full breath in and out. Inhale, soften the knees, and then we'll walk the feet up towards the hand. We'll meet in the middle. So feet hip width apart, and we're going to rest the tummy onto the thighs. So it's a supported forward fold. Taking hold of opposite elbows, and we'll take a gentle sway right and left. Lovely. And then release the hands down, belly button to spine. Start to slowly rise, gently extending the legs. Chin to chest until the very end. Crown of the head is the very last thing to lift. Shoulders up to the ears, deep breath in. And then exhale, finding length in the neck, palms facing forward. Lovely. So we're going to make our way to the top of the mat into our Tadasana, toes together, heels slightly apart. So you should recognise this from last week. So we're lifting the thighs up, tailbone tucks under. Shoulders away from the ears. Chin comes parallel to the floor. So taking one full breath in here and out. Lovely. Inhale, reaching both hands high. So moving into our first sun salutation. Exhale to fold forward. So gradually starting to warm the body up, creating movement. Inhaling to halfway. Exhale, bend the knees. And we're going to step the right foot back, lower the right knee down, uncurl the right toe, reach both hands high above the head. Take a deep breath in, draw the belly button to spine. And then exhale, taking both hands either side of the left foot, stepping the left foot back to the right to your half or full plank, maybe the lower the knees to half plank. Deep breath in. And then exhale, chaturanga. So your chin and chest lead the movement into your baby cobra. So there's a small lift at the top of the mat, deep breath. And then exhale, lower the chest, lift up through, briefly through Balasana, child's pose, and then finding your downward facing dog. So readjust here, feet in line with the hips, hands in line with the shoulders. 4 more breaths, finding stillness. And 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Inhale, lowering the knees all the way to the ground, sweeping the right foot in between both hands, followed by the left to your Uttanasana forward fold. Inhaling to rise, both hands high above the head. And then coming onto our left side, exhale, folding forward. Inhaling to halfway. Exhale, bending the knee, stepping the left foot back. Lower the left knee, uncurl the toe, reaching both hands high. Careful not to arch the lower part of the back too much here. Deep breath in. And then exhale, taking your Kumbhakasana plank pose. Right foot back to your left, full or half. Deep breath in. And then exhaling to lower the knees, chaturanga. If you can, maybe working into your upward facing dog here now. So pressing into the palms, aiming to lift the knees and thighs off the ground. Deep breath in. And then exhaling straight through to your downward facing dog. 5 deep breaths. And 4. And 3. 2. And 1. Inhale, lower the knees to the ground, stepping the left foot through between both hands, followed by the right to your forward fold. Inhaling to rise, both hands high above the head. Palms to touch, exhale, lowering them down through the chest, finding your Tadasana once more. So moving into our Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1, inhale, the left foot steps back. So you've got like a small triangle position in the legs. We're encouraging the hips square and forward. Taking a bend in the right knee. And then we're going to inhale, lift both hands up high above the head. So palms to touch above the head. We can bring the gaze forward or maybe look up to the hands. Again, once more, making sure we haven't got an arch in the lower part of the spine too much here. So we're drawing the belly button into the spine, left hip draws forward. We're taking one more breath in and out. Lovely. Inhale, try to lift a little bit more out of the shoulders. As you breathe out, we're going to open up to the left side, lengthen your right leg. Then we're going to come into Trikonasana, which again you should recognise from last week. So we're going to take the left foot parallel to the short edge of the mat. Let the right hip move towards your left heel, reach forward, take a deep breath in, gaze towards the right fingertips, and then exhale. Again, change the position of the arms into your Trikonasana. Maybe gaze towards your left fingertips or forward, whichever feels good. Taking 2 breaths here. And one more. Lovely. Inhale, press into your right heel. Lift all the way up, coming into reverse triangle. So left hand comes down onto the back of the left thigh. Inhale, reach the right arm up and over, and then reach into the space that you've just created behind the body. So a really nice way to open up the right side of your body here. Taking 2 breaths. And one more. Lovely. Inhale, windmill the hands all the way over. Exhale, release them down, stepping the left foot up to the right, back into your Tadasana. So you can stay in your Tadasana. I'm just going to change the position on the mat so you can see the right side. So take a deep breath in, lift the shoulders up to the ears, and then exhale, let it all go. Inhale, the right foot steps back, slight turn out of the right foot, grounding the right heel. Again, hips are encouraging forward, so we're trying to keep the hips square and in line. Bending the left knee, inhale, both hands high, gaze lifts. So Virabhadrasana 1 is almost like the foundation of all your warriors. So once you've mastered this one, you're preparing really well for all the others to come. Lovely, take a deep breath in, lift a bit more out of the shoulders if you can. And then exhale, opening up to the right side. So right foot now comes parallel to the short edge of the mat. We're going to lengthen the left leg. Left hip to right heel, reach forward, deep breath in. And then exhale, Trikonasana. Taking 3 breaths here. And 2. And 1. Perfect. Inhale, lift, windmill the hands to shoulder height briefly. Right hand comes down to the back of the right thigh. Inhale, lift the left hand up and over. Imagine you're creating space first and then reaching into the space behind the body. Connection to the breath. 2 more here. And 1 more. Lovely. Inhale, realign the spine. Exhale, release the hands. Step the right foot back to the left to your Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, reach both hands high, lift the gaze. Exhale, folding forward. Inhaling to halfway. Exhale, this time we're going to bend the knees, plant the palms. We're going to bend the right knee, come all the way down into a seated position. And we're going to send both feet forward in front. So arriving in our seated Dandasana. So we have a right angle in the hips, lifting the chest. So imagine your hips and shoulders stacked on top of each other and the head is stacked on top of the spine. Placing the palms into the ground, ankles are flexed, and just feel the nice strong hold in this position. Taking a full breath in and out. Lovely. Then from here, we're going to guide both feet up towards the hips and let the knees fall out to the side. So the soles of the feet are together. We're going to do 2 variations of this one. So the first one, both hands wrap around the feet. Inhale to lift, extend the spine, open the chest. And then as you breathe out, we're taking the elbows towards the hips. So we're trying to keep length in the spine as you fold forward. If you do have any issues with the knees or you need support, then you can maybe put blocks underneath the knees here to help. Blocks or books or maybe cushions, whatever you might have. And we're taking 2 full breaths here. And one more. Lovely. Inhale to lengthen the arms. This time as you breathe out, we're going to bend the elbows in front of the shins. Chuck the chin to the chest and let the forehead now move down towards the feet. So you might get a little bit more movement now this time. So we're rounding the spine, allowing the hips to open up maybe that little bit more. Again, as always, without forcing the pose. Taking one more breath in and out. Inhaling to slowly rise, bringing both hands to the outside of the knees. Help draw them into the middle and give yourself a nice big hug. So both hands around the knees, chin to chest, maybe a little rock side to side in this space. Lovely. So from here, we'll send the feet forward. Just make sure you've got lots of space behind you. On the mat, we'll reach both hands forward. Inhale again, as always, find length in the spine, space in the chest. And as you breathe out, start to round the spine, belly button in. With as much control as you have, we're going to make our way down to the mat. Feel free to place the hands down to help. All the way down, inhale into your full body stretch. So reaching above the head, pointing the toes, take a deep breath in. And exhale, let it go. Lovely. And bringing both hands now down either side of the hips, allowing the toes to fall out to the side as we arrive back into your Shavasana. So exactly the same pose and position that you started your practice in. So it's a perfect opportunity to acknowledge any differences you might feel physically and mentally. So allow your body to completely surrender into the mat and into this space inside the four corners of your mat. Awareness becomes completely to the breath for the next few minutes. Starting to bring some movement back into your body, maybe your wrists and ankles. Reaching both hands up high once more into a full body stretch. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, knees into chest. Both hands around the knees, gentle rock side to side. And then we'll roll over onto your right or left side, making a pillow with the hands. Resting the head on top of the hands for the next few breaths. And then making your way up into a comfortable cross-legged seated position on the middle of your mat, resting both hands on top of the knees, gently closing the eyes. So maybe you could pinpoint one thing that you could take away with you from your practice today. Lovely. On the next inhale, blink the eyes open, reaching both hands high, palms to touch. And then exhale, lowering the hands down into your heart center. Thank you so much for joining me today for your practice. I hope you enjoyed it and I look forward to seeing you next week for week 3. Enjoy the rest of your day. Namaste.